Hi, my name is Nikki Weaver, and I am one of the co-founders and current education director at Portland Playhouse.
Hi, I'm Brian Weaver, one of the co-founders and artistic director of Portland Playhouse.
Thank you for being here with us today. I wanted to take a moment and tell you about where the Playhouse began. In 2008, around a fire pit in Virginia with Brian and his brother Michael and myself, talking about a wild idea of what it would look like if we started a playhouse together. And just over 12 years later, we've created something that's beyond our wildest imaginations that has continued to serve artists both locally, nationally, and internationally for more years and more people than I can remember.
One of my fondest memories of the story of the Playhouse is actually was one of the most difficult and terrifying times. It was in 2011 when we were asked by the city to vacate the building because it didn't have any of the proper permits, and it seemed like there was no path forward, and we were about to close down when hundreds of neighbors and community members, artists, volunteers, everybody came and said, no, this has to go on, and in fact ended up filling City Hall and petitioning for it to continue, for the city to find a path for it to continue, and succeeded, and we're here today because of that community effort.
For the last 12 years, we've created more work than I can count or remember. We've spent many, many years working with an apprentice company. For the last 10 years, over 55 young individuals who have come mostly out of college and moved to Portland to spend a season learning, studying, and teaching us. We've built a number of summer camps for 4 to 12-year-olds, both in the Playhouse and in now the studio space. And if you've ever walked past on one of those days, you've heard a loud cacophony of screams and voices and giggles. Our festivals, our Shakespeare Festival that serve middle and high school students, both within the city and beyond, stretching into Washington State and Beaverton. We've built a social justice theater project that began with high schools and now serves middle schools, focusing on topics such as gun violence, ableism, racism, and learning to both understand what is happening in our community and how to perform to some of these topics through their own stories and ideas. We've created a number of in-house play readings to bring theater into audience members' homes and to share in conversation and food. And more recently, in the last 3 years, we've began working at Coffee Creek Correctional Facility, creating programs for incarcerated women through storytelling, theater, and poetry.
And along the way, we've done plays that have been some of the greatest joys of our lives, to have the opportunity, the great pleasure of being able to do plays like Anne Washburn's Mr. Burns, a post-apocalyptic play, a good play to think of during these times, and plays like August Wilson's Fences, and the brother-sister plays, so many, Michelle Horgan's original musical Scarlet. It's been a blessing and an honor to get to tell these stories with a dedicated community of artists.
And as we sit here at our kitchen table, imagining what might be next for both our world and for our little Portland Playhouse, we are filled with gratitude. Thank you for allowing us to build community and connection over the last 12 years. Thank you for becoming a part of our family, both functional and very dysfunctional as we've grown, and supported our work and both of us as artists and the artists that we've continued to expand and touch. It has been wonderful, wonderful. And in that ask and thanks, what we need is your support to continue to move the work forward. So if you are able to support us both by sending out some love, by sending a donation, $1, $10, $100, no donation is too small to continue to keep art, connection, and community moving forward, please do so.
I know we're all resilient, and we will find a way to make it through, and we'll be here for the long haul. So thank you for being part of our community.
Thank you from our hearts to yours. Stay safe.